Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Atlanta police has reportedly issued a murder warrant for rapper Lil Baby. Backstory. Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman were celebrating Lamont's 14th birthday outside his home on Sparks Street last July when they were gunned down. An 11-year-old boy, Jacody's younger brother, was also shot and critically injured. He survived his injuries. Police say gang members opened fire, striking 3 children who were innocent bystanders. Police say that since the shooting, 7 people have been arrested and charged with murder. Police say Jacody and Lamont were innocent bystanders. Innocent bystanders. 2 13-year-old boys. Y'all remember the time when you could play outside and the worst thing that could happen is you might get into a little fight, you know? Or you had to come inside before the sun went down. Maybe you got hungry, but you had to wait a little longer to eat because the food wasn't ready. Okay, so how did Lil Baby get tied up in this? Police say that Lil Baby purposely went to a rival gang neighborhood and he shot a video. They say 3 people got shot at that time. That was back in May. And then in June, this is when Jacody and Lamont gets shot in some gang violence retaliation as a result of what happened back in May. They want Lil Baby to answer to those charges. Now, I personally think that Lil Baby's attorneys are going to eat this up. I don't really see a case here. The dude shot a video. You know, if he purposely went to a gang area to shoot a video, he know that, yo, these are my boys and or we're all together and we don't like these guys and we're going to shoot a video in their territory. That's absolutely irresponsible. That's reckless. But they're not going to be able to put those murders that happen a whole month later on Lil Baby if Lil Baby didn't squeeze the trigger or direct someone to go and squeeze the trigger. It is reckless. It is responsible if he indeed, with knowledge, went over there and shot a video in a gang, in a rival gang territory. If he did that purposely, he knew that there would be consequences, he knew that there would be violence, then that's absolutely reckless, and maybe there's some type of civil suit there, right? You know, for negligence, perhaps. But I don't think they're going to be able to be successful in charging him. In fact, I don't see the prosecutor going forward with any charges. This is really foul, man, because Jacody and Lamont had no gang ties whatsoever. The youngsters who are out there shooting those guns, they obviously are unlearned. I don't know why they won't pause and look at all of the carnage, look at all of the pain, look at all of the friends and associates and people that they don't know getting their heads knocked off, getting murdered, like, and going to prison for decades. It's almost like they want to go to prison. They want to die. It's like almost like it's a goal. You know how it used to be a goal to live, a goal to get old, you know, a goal to have grandchildren and be the patriarch or the matriarch of the family. Remember those days? It's almost like they despise it. And you can kind of make a connection to the way that a lot of these youngsters behave toward their elders. If you're in your 30s, if once you hit 30, they think of you like you're a grandpa or a grandma. Oh yeah, that's old. That's old. That's old. Some of them think they're old when they're in their 20s. And this is why so many of them are getting their heads knocked off. I don't understand it. I don't know why a youngster would choose lying up in a morgue with a wire cut in his chest as opposed to being out in the free world and just living, enjoying life. I don't know why a youngster would choose to be put in a cage with a bunch of dudes for the rest of his life or a substantial amount of his life, being told what to do. If you stay there long enough, you're going to be told what to do by people who are younger than you. So you go in at 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 25, and you come out. By the time you come out, if you come out, you'll be taking directions from a 21-year-old, a 30-year-old. Yes, a boss. Yeah, boss. Hey, boss. Hey, boss. Hey, can I get an extra orange? Yeah, boss, just give me one more minute. Just give me one. I do not understand why. I get it if there wasn't so much evidence out there. If we didn't have so many examples of people getting their heads knocked off and going out there doing stupid stuff, I would understand. But there's too much information out there. We're in the information age. You guys have Google. You can see it every day. You see it on social media. I do not understand how you would be so steadfast and sitting down, eating slop for the next 15, 25, 35, 50 years. Looking at the same dudes for I don't know how long. Watching dudes come in and leave before you. Look at these guys' mugshots. They look like they could be anywhere from 15 to 50. Now, at 30, 40, 50 years old, you should be giving the youngsters some news they can use, some game that can change, instead of leading them smooth off the cliff. Youngsters, y'all better pay attention to these older dudes that you're hanging around. When they give you advice and information, you take a good look at them. Question the source. When they tell you to go do this or live your life this way and handle a woman this way, you better take a look at the life they're already leading before you take advice from them. Question the source. A youngster can come up with an excuse, but there really isn't an excuse. There's a reason. He can say, yeah, man, well, I was young. I was unlearned. But a 30, 40, 50-year-old can't give an excuse or a reason for screaming, gang, gang. They look like some clowns. I surmise that as much as people say that they love themselves, a lot of youngsters just don't love themselves, because that's all it is to it. I used to be the same way. When I didn't love myself, boy, I was reckless. I was getting into all kinds of things. I didn't care. Well, once I started loving myself, I started treating my body better. I started watching what I eat. I started watching the places that I went to. I wouldn't go to certain places. If I knew it was too much going on over there, I just wouldn't go. It's not going to work for me to go into a toxic area and be around a bunch of people with no understanding. At the time, I had little understanding. But To go around others with little to no understanding, man, that's a recipe for disaster. They got a $50,000 reward out there for anybody with more information about this case. Lil Baby, I think at the most he'll be inconvenienced and his pockets are going to get a little lighter, but I don't think they'll be successful in prosecuting him. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.